All right, welcome back to BM Talks to them. So today we actually have Tyler, and he was on what episode was you on, bro?
49.
Okay, so he was on episode 49, and he's here with, I believe this is your girlfriend. Do you want to
Yes.
introduce? Okay, introduce.
This is my girlfriend, Benita.
Benita. Okay, welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
How you both
Thank
doing?
you.
Good, good.
Good. Really
Good,
good.
good, good.
Yeah.
I love to see it. This is what I like to see, you
Yeah.
know. So,
Yeah.
so Benita, you was not on the show, right?
No, I am just a fan of the show and I just watched the show. So yeah.
Okay, so all right, so
Yeah.
let's just take this from the beginning. So I actually want to ask you first, Tyler, how was your
Okay.
experience on the show?
I actually had a great experience. When I first came across the show, when I first moved to Arizona, I first came upon the show. I started watching it, and I was like, "Wow, this is an interesting show." When I signed up, I wanted to get the experience and see what it would be like and see what was out there.
Hmm.
But I ended up gaining a great experience from it. I didn't know what was gonna come from it,
Mm.
but it ended up being something that turned into something special. So
No.
I really have no complaints about it. I'm happy I went on the show now. But yeah.
Okay, so let's start with you two, how you met. Let me know. Benita, actually, Tyler, you start. Tell me, how did you two meet?
You want to tell the story? You want me to tell the
And
story?
she could tell a story.
Okay,
Yeah.
let her start. Okay.
um so I've been watching the show for a year now and I was watching his episode and it's crazy because like I've never ever like went on anybody's Instagram, but when he came on I was like, "Oh, who is that?" And it's crazy because I actually posted in my close friends earlier like saying like just like posting it, "Oh, I'm watching Pop the Balloon," and not realizing like it was like I was actually recording his thing. And then at the end of that, I was like, "Oh, Tyler, you are cute," but not thinking like just not conscious, like
Right.
And so I went on his Instagram just to like see what was on his Instagram. But the thing that about him is he only posts basketball stuff. So there was no like pictures of him and I wasn't going to follow him or anything. I was just being nosy.
Mm.
So I actually went through his story and he posted like because I guess he wasn't matched. Somebody had like comment saying like the normal guys get passed over, like he's super respectful,
Mm.
this, that, and
Mm.
third. And I
Mm.
just liked it and I went about my day. I
Hmm.
was not gonna follow him because for me, I was like, I don't know, that's kind of weird if I follow him off the show. So I didn't. The next day he followed me, like he requested to follow me, and my page was private, so I was like, "Oh, I'll accept it." Now he didn't DM me for like I want to say like
A week.
a week or like
Yeah.
two, like almost 2 weeks, and he just like kind of slid in my DM, and I was like, and it's crazy because I usually don't respond to DMs, but because I was like, "Oh, I saw you on the show," like, "Oh, he's he's kind of cute," so not kind of cute, but he is really really handsome, so um then literally from that day, like
Mm.
he literally told me where he was from. Like he lives in Arizona, but then he was like, "Oh, I'm from Hackensack, New Jersey," which is crazy because I'm from the East Coast and I had a travel assignment
Hmm.
not far from where he lives. So I was like, "Oh, I actually know where that's at." So from that day on, like we just been in communication from it was April
Yeah,
till now.
beginning of
So
April, yeah.
I didn't know, I wasn't looking, also I wasn't dating, I wasn't looking for anything, like, so the fact that we're here now is just like awesome.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
This is what it's all about. You know,
Yeah.
when I put up the Instagrams, I always say this. This is the example that I want to give people. You are meant to look for love. Any way that you can. Right.
Right.
This show is not just for the people that's coming to the show, that's on the show. It's also for the people that's watching, because you
Right.
can find love by just DMing somebody on the show, and it could work out. And obviously, you two look great. You know.
Thank you.
So I want to ask you both. How has it been? Like, what have you guys been doing? Like, do you both live in Phoenix?
No.
No,
Oh wow,
I live in Glendale and she lives in Pennsylvania. So it's long distance.
wow,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
honestly.
so how is that? How's that going? That must be a lot of work.
Yeah, it's been really good so far. Like she said, since I sent the DM, we've been talking every day since.
Wow.
So we're in constant communication with each other. This is actually her second time coming out here to
Okay.
Arizona. So she came out here last month for my birthday,
Oh
and we
wow.
hung out for the week. And then she actually just came in yesterday. But 2 months ago in June, when I went back home for my brother's graduation, we went on our first 2 or 3 dates in
Okay.
June. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we were talking from April to June, and then we went on our first 3 dates, 3 or 4 dates, and then she actually came out here for my birthday
Okay. So how was the
last.
date? Let me ask. Let me ask her. How was the date?
Okay.
When you first met, how did it feel? Was you both having butterflies? Was you scared? How was it?
I I was so nervous. I have never been so nervous to like ever go on a date with someone. Like I was so nervous that I was literally calling my sister. I was like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this because it was like I don't know him from a can of paint. I don't know him from nowhere. Like like I just didn't know him. So, but
Hmm.
I knew that we had a really good connection, just like through text message and FaceTime. So, like I was like, this is God because honestly he was super intentional. He had
Hmm.
everything planned.
Wow.
Um, even to the point where it was like we were supposed to do something else, but he was like, well, I don't want you driving back and forth. So he replanned everything. And the date ended up being 10 hours because literally it was like we went from we went miniature golfing and then we did this and then we did it was like he just kept adding things. He was like, oh, you want to go get ice cream? I was like, okay, whatever. And I was only supposed to see him that one day, and then I ended up seeing him 3 days. We had that date, and then I went out with his brothers, and then the last day we went to like we did like virtual reality. Like he's everything that he said that he was on the show is actually who he is in person. So like
Right.
it wasn't like a facade or anything. Like he's really adventurous. Like he's all of the things that he said. So it's been like it's just been very like I don't know, different and fun. Like that's why I think, and we've been very consistent too. So I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. And how was the
Yeah.
first? How was the first time meeting for you, Tyler?
For me, I was a little nervous. I always get kind of nervous first dates, but since I had everything planned of what I wanted to do,
Hmm.
and I know who I am as a person as far as like adventure wise, I knew everything we do would be fun and kind of
Hmm.
like a deal breaker kind of. So like instead of just sitting at dinner and asking you questions, it's like we went miniature golf because I feel
That's
like
good.
that
Yeah.
opens up, a can of worms and it
Yeah.
doesn't make people as nervous. So the first date for me was kind of like I was nervous at first, but we've been in such constant communication and like we're on FaceTime all the time. So it was
Hmm.
kind of like, all right, this is finally our time to meet each other in person. So
Hmm.
it was a lot. It was very exciting for me. Like
Yeah, I
I
couldn't
Hmm.
felt
tell.
very comfortable.
I did not know you were nervous.
Wow.
Like, I did not know he was nervous at all. Like, he was
Yeah.
dancing like at the
Wow.
miniature golf and stuff. And like, I did not know. I was really nervous, but the thing is, his goofiness was helping like bring me out of like
Hmm.
being a little all scared and everything. So then I felt like by the end of the day, I was like, oh, this was actually great because we didn't also like because we had great connection over the phone and FaceTime. We just didn't know how it was gonna be like in person. It could be honestly the opposite. Like you
Right.
might not
Right.
even like
Right.
person in person. So it was amazing that the connection honestly met, being in person too. Yeah. I don't know.
Wow. This is what I like to highlight, guys. This is it. This is why we do the show.
Yeah.
Young. You both are young, adults, and you're both taking it very seriously. You're being
Yeah.
intentional. It's just amazing. It's amazing. So, let's talk about like your personalities. How does that correlate? Because I feel like you're kind of different, but it balances each other. It balances out. I feel like do you think that's the case here?
Um yeah, I think we have so we're alike, but then we are disliked in certain ways, but it balances each other. And I
Right, right,
think
right.
I realized like early on, I was like, well, first of all, I didn't know he was like this really goofy person. Like we're super goofy, which makes everything light and airy. Also, we both communicate very well.
Hmm.
I have a type A personality. Like I like things like let's go, let's go, let's go. Like, we got
Right,
to get this
right,
done. And I think that really helps him too. And I really feel like I always say we're like a team, because I feel like I tackle things and then he tackles things and we get the stuff done. And I'm like, no, we can't procrastinate. Let's go. Like, we got to do this right now.
right.
And that's why I really think like God literally brought women to be the helpers, and I literally see like this in our relationship. Like, it's such a beautiful thing, because it's like, I don't know, like his personality, and he's very driven and motivated, and he's persistent. Like, I always tell him, I'm like, your work ethic will always get you to the success that you have,
Mm-hmm.
because without work ethic, honestly, I don't think most people can't get to what like the level of success. But he's very consistent, and he's not one of those people that's, when he says he's gonna do something, he's gonna do it. Like, and that's,
Wow,
I've seen that constant. Like, he doesn't say much words. I mean, he doesn't say much words, but his actions always speak. So
wow.
I truly like our personalities. I think they
It's just
like
great to see
multiply.
nothing but praises from her. Like, she's giving you so much praise. Like, this is great. You know,
Yeah.
we need to have more of this. More
Yeah.
of this. Like, this is amazing. And you both compliment each other well. You're both praising each other. Tyler, what about for you, personality wise? How is it looking?
Yeah, I would definitely agree and say the same thing. I'm more so a laid back person, but I also tend to, like she said, get things done. Like, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna get it done. I kind of lead the way, and then she kind of follows. And I said, like we set the example for each other. We both help each other out in
Mm-hmm.
such a great way.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, like these are like all the things I prayed for that I wanted in a relationship. Like, I
Amen.
wanted a person that
Mm-hmm.
keeps me going, that
Mm-hmm.
understands me, that doesn't she hasn't been judgmental at all since we first met. There has been no kind of judgmental thing, so that makes me feel comfortable, and I can be who I am when I'm around her, and I think that's the best thing, like, ever. Like, you can be yourself around your partner. That is super amazing, and it makes
Right.
you feel very comfortable with who you are and what you have going on. So I would say she's been super amazing since the first time we kicked it off on FaceTime, text messaging. It's been like a constant click. So
Mm-hmm.
we stay in constant communication. When we have bad days, we bring each other up. That's another thing that she's been a blessing on my end. When I have bad days, she always brings me up. Oh, you got this. We're gonna do this. It's gonna get better. We pray. We always pray too.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing that's been very important. We pray for each
Mm-hmm.
other every single day. Started praying for me from day one. She's like,
Amazing.
I'm praying for you, and like that right there was
Because I
like
don't have the answer. I don't have the
Right.
answer.
that
But
right there was like, whoa, all right, that is super duper amazing. Like, you get to wake up and somebody is praying for you. Like, that's amazing. So it's been nothing but blessings. Been super super special. And then as far as personality wise, like I said, I'm very laid back and reserved, less words but more actions. And then
Mm-hmm.
she's more so, like she said, like, oh, we're doing this, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm like, all right, let's do it. And then
yeah.
when that clicks, it's like everything is getting done. So it's
Mm.
just been super amazing. It's all
Right.
I can ask for, honestly, and it's just a blessing from God, honestly.
Yeah.
Seeing you both praising each other like this is exactly what we do this for. And this is
Yeah.
what relationships need more of: praising each other and giving each other compliments. It's just great. You said something earlier, Benito. You said that you don't have the answer, so you're going to God.
Yeah.
That is massive. That's massive because a lot of us don't have answers.
Yeah.
When you put God first in your relationship, that's who you go to every time.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you both, how is God and your belief in Him within your relationship?
So I think, like I've been in relationships where God wasn't the center or God wasn't first. And I felt like the reason why I always say I don't have the answer is because I wanted to fix the
Mm,
person, or I want it. And I feel like I'm just here. If God put me in your life, it's just to either help push you, be a blessing, but not
mm-hmm,
to change you. I don't want to change who you are.
mm-hmm,
So for me, God has, just personally, like, God has to be the forefront with everything. And early on, I was very like, I was very open, and I asked him, because I don't think, honestly, if somebody is not a believer with me, it just wouldn't work. Not saying that you can meet somebody and, they find the Lord through you. Not saying that, but for me personally, I just needed somebody that was walking with the Lord, and it doesn't mean we're walking and we're perfect and we're doing this together, and because I just feel like there's a sanctification process, and we're both doing this together. So,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah. So I will say, like, but I see God in our, like, it's not. I just knew, like, him being in my life was not necessarily by my own strength, because like I said, I was not looking. And it's a very funny way, the way we met. Like, when I tell people, like, yeah, I met him off Pop the Balloon, like, huh, but like, and it's just a crazy way that we met, and I didn't expect, us to have a conversation, and then literally every single day just talk. Like, it's great. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, I just give all praises to him, to be honest. Yeah.
100%. Amen. And what about for
Yeah.
you, Tyler?
Yeah, same. That's another thing that is great about our relationship. We're both believers in God, and that's been something I was looking for in my relationship. I've also been walking on this journey to get closer to God. So it's been a beautiful journey. She's taught me a lot of things. We go over things, and this journey for me has been a new journey as far as my path with God, honestly. So I've always been a big believer. I've always been a believer. I'm a Christian,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm walking on a different path, a different journey, and it feels amazing. I feel like I have more strength. I feel like I'm walking the path that the Lord has for me, and it's been nothing but beautiful things. I can say I'm truly blessed in many ways that I didn't even recognize and see for myself. But I do understand that it's all coming from the Lord, and I just can say that I'm truly blessed every single day,
Mm-hmm.
and in our relationship, it's been amazing when
Wow.
it comes to the man, the Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I must say everything in this world is planned. There's no coincidence that you two are where you are right now. When I actually put you on the show, Tyler, I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't meant to put you on that episode, but
Mm-hmm.
somehow, I ended up putting you on that episode,
Mm-hmm.
right? And because it was last minute. It was last minute. I was just like, put him on, call him, put him on that episode. Just put him on that episode.
Yeah.
By her seeing you and doing what she did, and like you said, it wasn't like it's like a little mistake at the end there. When you explained earlier. All these things is God. We may think that, oh, it's you don't know what it is, but most of these things it was put in place for it to happen the way it is. You feel me?
Right.
So if I didn't put you on that episode at that time, she might not have, seen you.
And we say
Yeah.
that all the
Or he
time.
might have met, like,
We say that all the
because
time.
it's not, and also I was rooting for him. Like, every time somebody about to go up there, I'm rooting for them. So it was
Right,
never like, oh my gosh, like, that's my future husband. Like, no,
right,
I was rooting for him literally till the end of the show.
right.
So I think everything, I always tell him, I was like, nothing goes to waste. Like,
Mm-hmm.
nothing that we go through, and not like our past, anything that wherever you are, nothing goes to waste. And, like,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't matter how much trauma, whatever you got in your past, nothing goes to waste. It was all meant to happen, like, and come to what it was supposed to be. Like, I will
Yeah.
always say that. Yeah.
Even him not matching was meant to happen
Yeah.
Yeah.
because look at you two right now, and that's why I keep
Right.
saying to
Yeah.
people that's watching the show. This show is not just for the people that are here to that come on the show. It's also the viewers as well. You can also
Right.
find love by watching and also engaging on the show.
Mhm.
Doing a little DM could take you far. You feel me? Um. Okay, cool. That's absolutely wonderful, guys. That is amazing. I want to say as well that we do not see much of this in
Mm.
our community, and we want to see more of this love.
Mhm.
What advice can you give people that's looking for love, that can kind of, they can look at you and say, wow, they done it, Why can't I do it? What advice do you give to people that's looking for love, that's maybe struggling in the dating scene right now? Actually, let's do this. Let's have Tyler speak for the men, and then let's have Benita speak for the women. So, do you want to start first, Benita?
So the advice I would give the ladies, honestly, because from a believer, if you're not a believer, honestly, just give yourself grace for one.
Mm-hmm.
And just for me, speaking to believers, and if you're not, it's still the same thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Just trust God. Like, trust God that He will bring you someone. Look, your past is your past. It doesn't define you now. Um, I will say someone intentional. Like, I feel like our generation, we're not as intentional, and it gets really tricky. An intentional man will always lead you to the road of success. I
Mm-hmm.
will, or the look for me, it's the intentional man will always, I want to go to heaven. That's like my purpose in life. I want to be able to walk with the Lord, right? So he's always going to lead me to somewhere that is good. So you will know that early on in dating, and know somebody by their fruits. If you don't know what knowing by somebody by their fruits is, knowing them by their character.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they could talk, they could do whatever, they could buy you these things, but are you look at how a man is treating, like, I don't know, generosity, or is he
Mm-hmm.
nice to his parents? Is he, I mean, he comes from a fantastic family, so like that's another thing that I literally seen in the way he carries himself, is I see
Mm-hmm.
that the his parents raised a really good person. So
Mm-hmm.
like, I think for women, when you're dating early on, really look at the person's character and don't look past those signs. Trust in your instinct, and I truly just, but give yourself grace, because, and also just don't rush the process. Because, and if also, like, I was okay, like, if I wanted to be content where, if I never got the person that I was supposed to be with, or if I never have children, would I still be happy? Like, would that be okay? Was that my calling? What if it wasn't in my, I need to be content in that. So I had to do healing, and I'm still healing. And, you know, but you have to give yourself grace,
Mm-hmm.
and an intentional man will always lead you. Like, when people be like on this show and they be like, yeah, I live in Virginia and this person lives in California, and I'm like, so, because if you guys really like each other, I sometimes forget that we have time differences. He's 3 hours, and he's
Mm.
like, I know Benita will answer because it's 2 a.m., but I know she will answer, because I be forgetting sometimes that
Mm.
if you really like that person, the time difference
There's no
doesn't mean anything.
excuses. There's no
There's no
excuses.
excuses. You
Right.
just, but people make excuses instead of just being like, "Hey, this is not gonna work for me." So
Mm-hmm.
like when people on the show saying that, it's just like, I'm like, we do it all the time, and we're
Trust me,
busy.
I'll be like that as well. When I'm filming, I'm
Yeah,
hearing all this stuff. I'm just like, why did you come on the show if long distance is an
Right.
issue? Why?
yeah.
You know? No, that was great. That was great. That was a great explanation there. How about for you, Tyler? What advice do you want to give to the men?
For the men, I would say to make sure that whatever you're doing, whatever you're out there searching for, or whatever you're out there looking for, make sure you're intentional from the start. Whether it's long distance, it could be someone living 5 minutes away from you. Make sure that you bring intentionality to the relationship. I would say consistency. That's super important. When you're inconsistent with things, anything in life, it's hard to be successful with anything in life when you're not consistent. I would say be yourself at all times, and also have a lot of patience and give yourself a lot of grace for where you have come. Like I said, along my journey, I've come a long way with everything in life. So just a lot of patience. I had to have a lot of patience. When I moved out here, I wasn't like, oh my God, Arizona is where I should be. This is where God brought me. So I would say just be patient and understand that God has a plan for where you're going and where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So for the men, just intentionality, consistency is super important. And a lot of patience, because as men, we don't have a lot of patience. A lot of times we want things to get done. We don't get done. We on to the next thing. We on to the next thing. We on to the next. It's like, no, be consistent what it is that you're trying to achieve, and be patient with yourself and what you're trying to become. I think that's super important with relationships also because, like she said, there's nights where I get off work at whatever 9 o'clock and it's 12 o'clock where she's at. You know,
Mhm.
like, but when you're consistently doing the same thing, you guys kind of like build a routine. So it's nothing, or it's vice versa. She might be up early, and for me, it's like 5, 6 in the morning, and I'll still answer the phone. But it's consistency. When you've built that consistency, when you built that trust with the person, that takes over, you know. So if you
Mhm.
don't have that, it's like I'll pick up, you know.
Yeah.
So for me, for the men, I feel like that's one of the most important things in a relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's great. That's great. So I want
yeah,
to say, right? I want to say something to some of the women that come on the
yeah.
show. If you reject men like Tyler, women like Benita will pick him up.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So if you're coming on the
Like,
show and you're rejecting men for superficial reasons,
Mhm.
distance, height,
I got rejected for height.
that's crazy because he is actually mad tall and his whole family mad tall. And I be feeling like his brothers all stood up and I'm like, what the heck? Is this my security? Like I was like, this is crazy. I look out, I'm like, goodness gracious. That's true though.
this is what you're seeing, guys. If you're rejecting people on the show for reasons that's just really like small and you're just being very picky, people will find,
Mm-hmm.
that person and they will live happily ever. They would live happily ever after. Them two will be nice. They'll be great with each other while you're probably gonna come back on the show.
Hmm.
So sometimes take life seriously. The little things doesn't matter. Stop,
Yeah.
trying to find the perfect. So this person has to be 100%, or it's not gonna work because there's no such thing as perfect. Yeah. So I want to ask you guys, where are you both like originally from?
So my parents are Ghanaian.
Okay.
Oh, well, and Liberian too, but mostly Ghana.
Okay. So you're
Yeah.
African. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tyler.
I'm originally from here, so I'm
Okay.
African American. Yeah.
Okay. And you're both making it work. It's good. Like, how's both of your families like the dynamics?
So I really, really, really love that he's from a two-parent household because I see it in his, and it's not just being from a two-parent house. It's just like he came from a disciplined household,
Hmm.
which my parents love that about a man because I truly believe the way you raise a child does, impact how they grow up. I mean, come out. And I see it in his discipline. He's not one of those people. He's very intentional. Like when he asked me out to be his girlfriend, he did not just say we're gonna talk because our generation does this thing where we just talk
Hmm.
for months and months and then all of a sudden you're in a relationship. He said, "No, I'm not asking you to be my girlfriend on the phone or FaceTime. When you come in person, I'm going to ask you out in person." And he did it a beautiful way. So like I think it's very, very important, to be intentional.
Yeah. How serious do you think that people need to take this show?
You need to go, I mean, you need to be super serious if you're buying a plane ticket. Like it's not just free, it's not free money. And I think when you go on the show it should be intentionality of, hey, I'm going to look for love. Even if you don't find love, you should be taking that. You shouldn't be superficial. I'm just popping on this and I'm just popping on that. Because if you can see, like, BM is very serious and he's not. I would say Arlette and BM are very serious about their show. It's not like this thing we're just coming to do views and this is Twitch or whatever. Like this is serious, and he checks these men. Like you can see, like when these men are on these catch-ups or on the reunion, he's not laughing with you guys. He's not like telling you like this is what you do. No, he's checking you guys because this is what a man's standards should be, and you should be respectful to women, and you should be intentional. You should be consistent because we want to see more black, like we want to see black love. We want to see that it's good and it's not just a stereotype that we have. But when you go on the show and you doing that, you making it look like a stereotype. So you need to go on the show not being superficial. If you want to be superficial, go on a dating app. Then you can go and scroll.
Mhm.
That's what I think.
Right, because this show, people are watching you. Millions of people are watching you, and your
Yeah.
character
Yeah,
is out there. So,
Yeah,
absolutely.
like the I'm not gonna say it, but like once person said they cheat us, like I remember you, like
mm,
you will be on here forever. This is your
hmm
reputation.
hmm
Remember, like you have a LinkedIn, like like what they used to say, whatever you post online will stay there forever. Think about if you're trying to date a girl and you say and you talk about how you a cheater, then nobody's gonna want to date you, like because it's like you're
That's
representing yourself.
that's also another thing.
hmm
Like a lot of people, there's people that like I know that one of my old teachers, his sister watches the show and told him to watch the show. And he
mm,
was like, he watched the episode that I was on, and he was like, this was one of my old teachers, my favorite teacher. He's my math teacher. He was like, man, I just want to praise you for going on the show and being who I know you to be. He
Mm.
right,
was like, your character on the show, anybody who knows you, that's who you are in real life. And
hmm
that's my old math teacher.
Yeah.
So like things like that, there are people watching that you don't think are watching. But if you just be yourself and always be who you are in real life and not behind a cell phone, a video, then you will succeed more in life. And that's what I went on the show with. I went on the show with intentionality. I went on the show being myself.
hmm
And I went on the show with the utmost respect. Like even when I got popped, I gave the
right,
ladies compliments, da da da. Like that was genuinely who I am as a person. So I
mm,
didn't go in there. I wasn't trying to be fake and phony. I wasn't going there to disrespect anybody. I am of utmost respect, and that's how I was brought up.
yeah,
So I always carry myself in a way where it's if my parents was watching, would they be happy about what I'm doing in this moment? So those are things that, like I tend to carry myself and that weighs a lot on my shoulders. Being brought up in a respectful two-parent household. My parents always give me respect. We respect each other. My brothers are very respectful, so that's always important for me when I go out. It doesn't matter where I am, like being who I am always is
hmm
very, very important.
yeah. This is amazing, guys. I like to say a lot of the times the things that go viral is mostly negative things.
Negativity.
But
Yeah.
here we are changing this whole mentality. We are now, we our stories, love stories, actually go far, and we love seeing positivity go viral because that's what it's all about. And
Hmm.
also for Christians as well, you don't have to be, you know, you can find love on our show when you're a Christian. You understand? You can find love anywhere, but as long as you know who you are, you're led by faith, and you follow the word of God, God will bless you. God will, give you what you need as long as you are seeking for it, you are praying, and you put your belief in Him. Yeah, so this is a great example to highlight, guys. I'm so happy. Us as well, we love God. We're Christians.
Thank you.
And I hope the absolute best for you guys. I want to keep up with your story. You guys
Okay.
are part, Benita, you are part of the Pop the Balloon family now. So
Oh, thank
don't feel like you're a
you.
stranger. We're going to be doing a lot of things with couples that are working out. So I'm going to be involving you too. We're going to do another catch up, later on down the line,
Okay.
see how you both are going. Any
Okay.
updates, let me know. And we're going to develop the story. Do you lot have any,
Thank you.
Thank you.
final things to say before we leave?
No, I just want to thank you for having us and including us on your show. I also want to thank you for having me on Pop the Balloon episode 49 because it did change my life. So
That's
I
great.
I want to say thank you for that, for giving me the opportunity to, you know, give me your platform to put myself out there. And
Yeah.
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What about for you, Benita?
I just want to thank you and your wife, honestly, for the show. It is just a great show. I still watch it every Wednesday, and I still will continue to watch it. And we watch it together too.
Mhm.
And we be like, huh? Like, what's going on? But like, but yeah, we enjoy the show. And I just want to also say, like, thank you for answering your calling. I think a lot of us are scared. We're like, we want this, we don't, we want it in this way. If I feel like if God has called you to something, do it because other people are affected. And I wanted to mention on the the Christian thing, I feel like if you're living your life on mission every day, it shouldn't matter where. You're not going to find somebody. You might not find somebody in the church. You might find somebody in the grocery store because of your character. I think just always be yourself, and you might find love just being yourself. Like I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes when you're yourself, you get blessed just for being yourself. So yeah. So I just want to say thank you guys so much, because like you're like so happy, and like I love coming to Arizona because it's like literally the best place ever. We literally are always on the go. We came from
Yeah.
church this morning. We got like all this other stuff to do in the afternoon. Like it's always on go when I come here. So
But you two are cool people, man. You
yeah.
AZ, let me
We
know.
like to be out.
When you're in AZ, Tyler, keep you up there. Next time you're in AZ, let me know. You get me. You two are very cool.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm out. I live out here. I'm
Yeah.
in Glendale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm when you're both here next time.
Okay.
In
Okay.
AZ.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I mean, what you said there is very it. I thought about it, because when I'm seeing couples working out, when we started the show, we didn't, we wasn't expecting anything. We just said, let's just try and see if people can actually find love, and the way it's going, when I'm actually seeing people finding love and people actually working out, people taking this serious, people are getting engaged. Sometimes I think to myself, I'm like, yeah, maybe this is your calling. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. And to my wife as well, I'm like, maybe this is your calling, like to be able to hold something, to connect people. Maybe this is what, God wants us to do, to help people, and like you said, you never know. But if it's working, then it's working, and you have to teach it. I will never be shy, of the word of God. Never. You feel me? So this is amazing, guys. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the show. And thank you guys for coming on the podcast. And we'll catch you all next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.